What's up, everyone? So before we get into what's going to probably be a crazy vlog, it would be awesome if you are new to my channel, you subscribe below, or even follow me on Instagram. I'm almost at 14,000 subscribers on YouTube and 3,000 on Instagram, which, you know, means a lot to me, especially connecting with a lot of you and meeting my future colleagues. Awesome. So subscribe. If not, totally fine. Enjoy the vlog of what is a crazy, crazy week of USMLE life. What's up, everyone? Another week that has just gone by, and man, the grind never does stop. So let me give you a brief update. So it's actually Sunday right now, Sunday at midnight, and I have finished up another week of studying, and I'm actually up to about 10 hours a day on average, which is great. I will actually go ahead and link that right here, but I'm using an app to keep track of the amount of time, and this is really good because my goal with studying was actually to ramp up to about 12 hours a day. And so this week I'm at 10. Last week I was at 8. And believe it or not, I still find time to gym. Not every day, but every other day almost. I still find time to hang out with my friends. Today I hung out for almost 2 hours. And so I'm studying a lot, but I'm also getting a lot done. So I'm going to kind of walk you through my week by vlogging interactively. So I'm going to take you through my day tomorrow. Tomorrow's my rest day. So every week I give myself one day to catch up on everything. So tomorrow I have overall like 200 UWorld questions to review because I took a practice test today. And so I have to review that plus an extra UWorld block that I did. And then I'm going to catch up with my Anki. So I'm going to do all of that tomorrow. So I'll take you with me. And kind of while we're doing all of that, also fill you in on how my week went. And so that's going to be that. So man, I've had some highs and lows this week, and I'm sure I will have them tomorrow, and we'll talk then. I got started vlogging a bit late today because I woke up and then I got so into just trying to review my UWorld that I did yesterday because I did 4 blocks. I'm still behind because I still have 3 blocks left, but I'm also reffing here because I ref back home, so I'm reffing some basketball. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I've gotten like 4 hours in today. It's technically my rest day, which means no new content, but I'm still working, which is fun. So let's go do this. Just finished a short workout, and now I'm gonna probably head home, get in some studying. But today's been way more relaxed than usual because I won't do a UWorld block, but I still have to review 3, and I still have to finish up my Anki cards, of which I have about 1,700. So let's get at it together, guys. It's 3 p.m. Tired, but one step. Keep going, keep going. Yo, one other thing I will say is, even when I'm not really actively studying, I am passively studying, and that's something that I implicitly have really enjoyed, encourage all of you to do, which is try different methods of learning. So I hate reading, so I will never read, but when I'm studying at home, I'll watch a lot of videos. Or when I'm outside and when I'm gonna go hang out with friends, I will actually go ahead and listen to like a podcast about science, not so much science, but the USMLE. And then when I get home, maybe sometimes I don't feel like I'm in the mood for watching videos, so I'll study by reviewing my UWorld blocks. So by doing all of these different methods, I hit on the same points, except through different perspectives. Like sometimes I'll hear someone in a video talk about it. Other times I'll hear someone in a podcast talk about it. And of course, if I don't have any podcast, or if I decide I don't want to listen to anything, I'm always thinking. And the USMLE is not a memorization-based test. And this is a video I'm going to make later because I think a lot of people just do Anki and expect that it's going to work. No, there's no question on the USMLE that like directly is like, what is the 3rd leading cause of cancer? It's not an Anki card. The USMLE is always applications. Like they're so magnificent. I have a lot of respect for this test because all of the questions are all application based. And that's why even though I haven't memorized everything in Anki, if you have a good foundation and you ask very inquisitive questions, you are actually pretty good at
getting a decent number right just purely on educated guesses. Like, I've realized a lot of the questions I get right is not because I know exactly what the underlying diagnosis was, but because I can eliminate all the wrong answers, and therefore the one that's left is usually right, even if I don't actually know the diagnosis in the question, which has happened multiple times. And so it's actually mind-blowing to me, because I finish a lot of these blocks and feel like I know nothing, and then I look at my grade and I'm like, whoa, okay, like, I guess I know stuff. And when I review it, it's not so much I knew exactly what was going on. It's just that I understood the pathophys, the physiology, the organ systems enough to know each of the answer choices and be like, oh, that wouldn't present with hemoptysis, or like this diagnosis would not present with like neurologic signs. And by doing all of that, I can actually come to the right answer. And then when I get to the right answer, I can actually work backwards and be like, oh, it can present this way. And that's actually been like one of the biggest things. But there are always low points. I would be lying if I said I didn't wake up multiple days this week and just kind of feel really sad because of like how much I have left and how little I feel like I know. But hey, one day at a time, right? So done with the gym for now. Did my basketball game. I've got enough leisure for today. I really do need to go home and just get some hardcore study in. So that's what we're going to do. Let's do it. So I've been home for a while now. Been working through these cards and it's taken me a long time. Man, this is really sad because today was supposed to be like my catch-up day. Overwhelmed, still a lot to do, already way behind on my schedule. Even though this is my off day, I'll probably still be up until like 1 or 2. And that's something else I haven't really shared with you guys. I kind of stay up like till 1 or 2, but then I'll wake up around like 6 or 7. Or I mean 8 or 9. And the reason for that is I just found that works better for me. And one of the biggest things about step studying is like you have to start and then see what works for you. And for the first few days, I was waking up at like 5 because everyone was like, oh, I'm going to wake up at 5 every day. And I tried it and it was horrible for me. I was like, this is stupid. And so I just stay up till 2 and then I wake up at like 8 or 9. And that's just the way I've been doing things. I don't know if that's the best way, but hey, it works for me. So let me give you a brief update. So Anki-wise, I didn't actually get to do as much today. You'll see, like, this is how many cards I have left. And I actually wanted to get through, like, I only have 21 cards left in this main deck, but then I also have, like, these 2 that I wanted to completely finish. So what I'm going to do is reset for tomorrow, and then I will have these 2, and I'll try to finish both of them before the end of tonight. And I'm still reviewing UWorld, so there's just a lot going on, and it's always crazy. Like, there's so much to know, and I'm freaking out. Oh well. So I had all these goals in mind and I'm just not feeling it. Like, I'm just tired, bro. So I'm gonna sleep and try to wake up early and see how it goes. This is how studying is, man. I don't know. Some days you win, some days you lose. So let's see how it goes tomorrow morning, guys. Peace for now. What's up, everyone? So it's actually like 2 a.m. and it's been a very long day. I didn't vlog that much because, man, I worked today. Like, I got in a solid like almost 12 to 14 hours, over 2,000 flashcards. I did a UWorld blog, reviewed everything, reviewed a second UWorld blog that I'm still behind on, and reviewed glomerulonephritis, which kills me. That topic is very bad. And then I reviewed pretty much all of dermatology. And so it's 2 a.m. I'm going to pass out now, and we'll see where it goes from here. Keep you with me, slow and steady. Let's do it. Went to work out, just going for a nice run right afterwards because I feel so good. Yo, man, just because you're studying doesn't mean you got to let go of the serotonin. So keep working out, and more important than all of that, I actually just listen to music, so it's a nice balance of everything. Like today I was like, yo, I'm done. No more for today. I might work a little bit more when I get back, but like I was like, let's just listen to music, like let's do it. And so I did that, and now I'm heading back. So just wanted to pull out the camera because it just felt so good. I was like running and I was like, yay. So shows you, not giving up the serotonin, baby, not giving up the serotonin. So it is still Tuesday, I believe. I'm losing track of my days. I had a nice milk tea break with my sister. We got some milk tea, and now I'm back home. I've studied for around 10 hours today, so I figured now would be a good time to kind of take you guys through my week so far, On Sunday was kind of my rest day, which means I kind of just reviewed Anki. I didn't do any new material. On Saturday, the day before that, I'd taken a full length practice, which was 4 sections in a row, and that was on UWorld. And I have reviewed one of those sections, but I still have 3 left. And then yesterday I did 1 section, reviewed another section on my UWorld from the previous test. So then I had 2 sections left from that previous test. But I also finished all of my Anki yesterday. And then this morning, woke up, finished all of my Anki, did a section, reviewed it. And it's crazy because it takes a lot of time to review these things. And also at nighttime, I add in new content. So like usually between 10 and noon or 10 and midnight, I will actually sit here and go through whatever it is that I'm weak on and make Anki cards for that and add it into my next day's material. So what most of my day is actually doing flashcards, reviewing the UWorld, but only like 1 hour of actually doing practice. But I'm hoping to ramp that up a little bit more as I get better at reviewing and hopefully know more. I don't know. It's tough. But I'd say so far so good. I'm on like, my week trajectory is still going up. So I told you guys when I published my last videos, I had about 8 hours a day. Now I'm actually up to almost 10 hours a day. And I'm hoping that I can hit 11 hours a day this week because I really did want to ramp up. And then that way I can sustain 10 to 11 hours a day for the next maybe few weeks. And that way going into test day, I will be not burnt out, but also at peak optimal work strategy, which is just going hard. And so all of that to say, it's still a tough time. I'm still tired, as you can see by my eyes. It's not a relaxing time, but I also am learning to have fun in the process. What is it? 11? 11. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and review renal. So I'm going to go through all of the renal videos. I went through glomerulonephritis yesterday, and now I'm going to go through the rest of the kidney lectures. After I go through the kidney lectures, I'll make some flashcards. And ideal case scenario, go through all of kidney and maybe even start a bit of lung, because I'm also pretty weak on pulmonology. We'll see. Okay? All right, let's do it. So I don't entirely remember where I left off vlogging, but I did want to share this with you guys since it's officially Sunday. It was my rest day today, so I got some more fun in because I was able to go and referee some basketball games, and I actually caught up on all of my flashcards. So let me show you this. Sunday is my catch up on flashcard day, and I took a practice test yesterday, and so let me just show you. So you can see here, this is my UWorld, or like not my UWorld deck, but this is my entire deck that I'm focusing on. And you'll see that I have done so many cards today. I went so fast. And then you'll also see that I have around 20,000 cards here. So I'm making my way through. I'm adding a lot of cards, especially because I'm in the grind of studying. So I'm adding like at least, I don't even know if this will show an accurate number because I pull in cards all the time, but I'm adding a ton of cards every day. So just goes to show you, I'm grinding here, man. I'm definitely grinding, and there's no better feeling than seeing this. Like, look at that. Everything is clean. And so, yeah. From this week, let's see. I'm just going to be candid here. 1, this test is really hard, like really hard. Every time I submit a block of questions, I'm pretty sure I got anywhere between 40 to 90% because it's just that crazy. Like every question, there's 80 different answers that come to your head. And of those 80, 2 or 3 of them will be actual answer choices. And of those 2 or 3, you really have to then think about it. Like today, I just had a question about like genetics. I'm pretty strong with genetics. But even with that, like in the test yesterday that I was taking, that genetics question, I just could not get over it. And I spent almost 4 minutes on it, which is way too much time for any question. And it just blows my mind, like how somewhat tricky these questions are, but almost how critically evaluative they are, because they really do make you think. Another thought that I've been having a lot is like, man, I'm up to like almost 11 hours a day. And while it is necessary, it takes a lot out of you. Like for me personally, I've realized, like, again, stick to your own schedule and what works. So I definitely was like, I don't want to be the guy who wakes up at 5. It just didn't work for me. So now I'm the guy who sleeps at 2 and wakes up at like 8 or 9 because staying up later is easier for me and I get a lot more done. And that's just the way it is. And I guess the last point I'm kind of trying to come to terms with, it's kind of hard, is like be okay with like getting behind. like I still have to review over 5 sections, right? I have 4 sections for my test, 3 sections for my test yesterday because I reviewed 1 today. I have 2 sections for my UWorld test a week ago, and I have so much content review to do, and I'm just behind on everything. I don't even know what to say. And so take pride in the small accomplishments, like finishing Anki, but at the same time, don't like push yourself to the point where I say this, but at the same time, I almost don't do it because I get stressed out when I can't meet everything. But by saying it, I'm hoping maybe I can become a bit more accepting. And hopefully, if you are in the same boat, you can let me know and make me feel a bit better, because I am so behind and I'm consistently feeling like I don't know enough. So that's just the way it is. And I guess after these few weeks, I will come out knowing more, and that's what the end goal is. And that's what I'm going to be happy about. I'm studying my ass off. And even though there's a test behind it, my goal is not to do well on the test. My goal is to learn as much as possible so I can come out in the other end and say that I learned way more and that I am physically and mentally more competent than I was before. And that way, when I go back to Yale, I can take care of patients, and when I do my sub-internship, and show that I really do know what I'm talking about. One of the best ways I like to take pressure off myself is to reduce the test into not a test. I make sure that I can go into a test saying that I studied as hard as I could, and then if I don't do well, then so be it, because I studied the hardest that I could. And I think the good part about that is it puts a lot of the burden on yourself. But more important than that, like if you know you're working hard and you know you're making a dent and you know you're grinding through 2,400 Anki cards, you know you're studying every day, you know you're studying a lot, then that's really good. Even though you might feel like you're stupid, which I do, even though you feel like you might not do as well as you want, which I do, even if you feel like, oh my God, I'm studying so much and my results don't show anything, which again, I do. Who cares? I'm studying 8 to 12 hours a day. I'm studying as hard as I can. I'm grinding, and I'm learning for the sake of learning because I want to know more. So eventually, on the flip side, when I have patients who may have these conditions, I'll know about them and I'll be able to treat them well. And if I'm doing that, then from the bottom of my heart, that's all I really want, because I studied. I studied a lot, right? And if you did that, then there really is nothing that you should be sad about. So, my 2 cents. And that's at least what I tell myself. Like when I'm studying and my results make me feel sad, like, hey, I still studied my ass off. So if my results are that way, then sure, maybe I can fix a thing or two. But at the end of the day, I studied hard and I'm enjoying what I'm learning, and I'm learning for the sake of learning. The results are a good indication if I'm learning well or not. But if I'm learning for the sake of learning, then those results at the end of the day will just be more stuff for me to learn and make me a better person. Wow, that got deep. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go hang out with my friends because I do that. I still do that, try to do that every day. So I'm going to do that now. But thanks you guys for listening, and catch you on the flip side.